Take a break. Take a break and step away from the crowd, the entertainment and heedlessness. We will tell you the story of men and women who have fought to change the world. But pay attention. This is your story. And now, it is for you to be the change.
Light them all up. Come on, fire.
How did we get there? How has human life become so cheap? To understand this, we must return to the very root of the calamity we live in. It all began with this.
This crusade, this war on terrorism, is going to take a while.
Either you are with us, or you are with the terrorists.
It all began with the world watching us being kidnapped and tortured everywhere. It all began when the world's most powerful nations on the face of this earth colluded to commit war crimes against people who have only one thing in common: their faith. I was one of the hundreds kidnapped and tortured by the CIA. I was one of the faceless souls in Guantanamo. One of your brothers who has lived through things that perhaps you thought only existed in movies. Even though we were the victims of crimes, the world saw us as the perpetrators. The world listened to lies, repeated over and over again.
These are not mere innocents. These are among the worst of the worst.
They are bad guys. These are the worst of the worst.
These are the worst of the worst.
Children as young as 10, elders as old as 89, innocents, dehumanized, vilified while culprits were lecturing the world about human rights. You have to understand, this is a war led by men and women who wrap their evil deeds in beautiful words.
So this is a just war, a war waged proportionally, in last resort, and in self-defense.
But if you listen carefully, if you watch carefully, then the mask falls rapidly.
You have to take out their families.
A military official telling Reuters the assault is the first military operation authorized by President Donald Trump. The president who witnessed the raid said it began with a drone strike on a house, then helicopters dropped troops who entered the home and killed all inside. Medics at the scene said 30 people, including 10 women and children, were killed.
If the world is silent, if Muslims are the target, then Muslims have to be the ones who stand up. The war on terror is not a faraway beast anymore. It's here at your door. Raids, arrests, mass surveillance, prevent. It's in the papers you read. It's on the news you watch. Don't think anyone is safe. You've been warned. For too long, we have been a passively tolerant society, saying to our citizens, as long as you obey the law, we will leave you alone. A new form of inquisition, to the point where even children and the Quran are under suspicion. Who thought that in the UK, a child and his parents would be interrogated by the police about verses of the Quran?
Yeah, and I didn't know what they're doing here. And everybody were outside, and I was inside talking.
Then they asked me, do I know what is my view on 7/7 and London Bridge attack? And I said, I don't know. It's maybe happening because of the Middle East or anything. I'm not sure. And he said, no, it's all because of the Quran. Because of the Quran. Because of the Quran.
Resisting injustice means facing the backlash. Racist media unleashed week after week. Senior ministers, the Prime Minister even. Vilification, pressure, lies. Here lies the secret. Time after time, the ploy of the oppressors falls apart. Each time it is met with faith and unity. It falls apart each time we search for guidance in the revelation. It falls apart each time we follow the footsteps of our heroes. It falls apart each time we focus. It falls apart each time we unite. it's time we do it on a bigger scale.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For Muslims, establishing justice isn't an option, it's an obligation. Speaking the truth, standing up for the oppressed, has been ordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. You may know, of course, that in regard to this, there are two types of people. There are those who see what happens and simply complain and do little about it. And then there are those who see what happens and do something about it and become part of the solution. This is what we hope that you will become, part of the second category and not the first.